This is a thing that Yale has, like so many other institutions, struggled to face. And so it's time now to do this important task, because if we're going to continue to train the next generation of leaders, we need to reckon with our own racial past. And that past centers in slavery, the buying and selling of human beings without their consent.
You can't have a complete picture of who you are if you don't know who you have been. Yale has a history, and knowing all of that history and understanding it and engaging with it is an essential piece of what a university should be about.
The Yale and Slavery Project is a pivotal part of the Belong at Yale initiative, because part of what we wanted to understand about ourselves is what is our full history, particularly around people who have been marginalized currently, but also in our past.
Well, there are critics who would rather not look at slavery, who don't want to get up every day and face this kind of story of human exploitation, of human brutality, of inhumanity.
Studying our history should give us all at Yale even more conviction about taking the steps that will improve the economic trajectory of Black people, those who are descendants of slaves. And that starts with looking inward.
The story is no longer on a group of white people who were saviors. It is now on the enslaved people who actually built Connecticut Hall. It's on all of the Black people who tried to become the first students and were not able to. It's about the early Black students and how they persevered and became successful and contributed to this country.
And so it's important to let people know that Black students have a place in higher education. Black students have a place at Yale because they've been a part of Yale's existence from the development of its first building.
It also provides a sense of reconciliation for New Haven residents to feel like what could have been can actually be restored.
Academic institutions are wondrous places full of resources, engagement, and creativity. They also have under-recognized legacies that need to be explored and interrogated.
We expect our students to do history honestly and rigorously. We need to model that ourselves institutionally to do our own history as fully as possible if we are to expect our students and our society to do the same.
It is of great magnitude for those of us who are resident here, and for those of us who work with Yale, have studied at Yale, and who see Yale as a standard bearer for what the rest of the country should be doing.
It's an important time for us to come together as a community and think about where we began and where we're going.
So it's really important for us to understand the history, learn the truth of the history, and then put the truth of the history out.
And so this project is an attempt, really, to look for that kind of truth. Look for truth and light. Orem Vitumi looks et veritas. That's our motto. And sometimes truths are hard, sometimes they're difficult, but this is a truth that we have to confront.